Howdy, this is Terry, and I've lost 180 pounds with keto, carnivore, and counting calories. Don't forget to click that like button and look at the description of this video. I have all kinds of links, and on my homepage, you'll see a bunch of playlists for how I lost my weight. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. Have to do some meal prep for the week, so I want to try my new Vivani, anyway, my chopper. So I want to see how, I've not used it for the onions before, so I want to I'm just going to put a couple pieces of onion and see how it chops, because what I need is, this is going to be for my salad. So I'm going to just put a couple pieces in there. See, it might chop it a little too fine. I'll have to test it out and see what happens. So I watched the video and they used it for salsa. So we're going to try it. Ooh, look at that. That's good. That's a perfect size. Now I know. Oh man, that's awesome. Gloria, good plan. Thank you, Gloria. Thank you. Let me show you what I'm going to do with it. Hold on. I've got my fan going because that helps. It seems like it's helping with my eyes. Now that I know I can do that. Alright. I said it seems like it's helping with my eyes, but they're starting to burn a little bit now. Let me get closer to the fan here. Alright. Okay. I think I'll use this one for that and this one for my... So I've got multiple things going on here today. So right now, like I said, I'm just kind of prepping the vegetables for the things I'm going to do with them. So since this one is going to be for the for my salad, there we go. Just do a couple pulses. Oh, that's good. Now those are a little bit bigger. I'm learning. Okay, let me put these on here. I'm setting them on here so that way they can kind of dry a little bit. So they dry out a little bit and not so wet. But anyway, so yeah, I'll get these on here and I'll be right back. Okay, now this one is going to be for my pickles. So, or my, my pickled veggies. So I'm just going to cut it. I did have to go and put drops in my eyes because my eyes are burning. Okay. I'm going to cut them this way. I'll cut them in half. And then this way. So I think I told you, yeah, the doctor at work said it has hydrochloric acid in it. And so he says why my eyes burn. Some people might be more or less sensitive to it. So, all right, those red onions, that's going to go in my pickled veg. I'm going to do this white one. I think the red seems like they burn worse than the others. I could be making that up. It might just be a perception, but it seems like that's how it is. All right, so there's that. So these are all going to go into my pickled veg. But I have another, like this, here, yellow onion. And I want this to go in my salad. So I'm going to chop this up, just like I did the red onion, in my new chopper. Sure did make quick work of it, that is for sure. Put the lid on. Okay. And for the record, I think my house is kind of loud. I have my Roomba going. I have my fan going. I have the dishwasher going over here. And downstairs I have the clothes washer, which that one shouldn't be bothering us. But there's a lot of stuff going on in my house right now. So there's a lot going on. So, all right, let's try this. how this works. And I like, so the motor, you know, you just wipe off if it gets dirty. And, but the blade, you know, you would put that in the dishwasher along. I think these two go on the top shelf and the metal can go on the bottom shelf. So that's pretty stinking cool. I'm putting this all on here. And like I said, whenever I cut up onions, they get a little bit wet. And so this way I'm putting them on here so they can kind of dry out together. So, all right, I'm going to get this set up and we'll see what we're doing next. So every weekend, pretty much every weekend, I do a rutabaga and I do use it for various things. So when I do it, I cut off one end, then the other end. Got to have me a flat surface here for setting it on. And then I take a peeler, and I just started doing this because it used to not work, but now it does for whatever reason. So now I'm going to just use this peeler and go all the way around my rutabaga, and I'll get back to you when I'm done. So I'm done peeling with rutabaga. It's not perfectly spherical. There's places that dip in like this. You can see I had to actually take my knife, and I'm trying to give it at an angle. There you go. I had to go in with a knife and chop and chop. So, so when you're peeling it with a chopper or a peeler, it's not perfect. So, all right, I got my, on the cleaver. All right, wish me luck. That is so much easier. Probably one more. Ta-da! Man, that is so much easier. I'm going to try it on the half too. I'm not even with it yet, but I'll get there. I'll get there. Nice. So much easier. Hot dog. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Now, rutabaga. What the heck am I going to do with that? I don't know. Give me a minute. I got to think on it. So part of my thing every week is I do salads. And so I need to cut me up some rutabaga for salads. So I'm going to go ahead. I weighed out. This is about 400 grams. I usually do about 60 grams per salad of rutabaga. So I'm kind of getting these in sizes that will work on my chopper here. I think this should work. Let's see. So now I'll just go through and chop up my baga. So I'm going to get these chopped up, and this fresh is what's going to go in my salad, or yeah, my salads. I have some more here. That's from, I guess, last week or the week before. And it's fine, but I don't want to keep this for a whole nother week. So we're going to cook this up later with something else. The rest of this rutabaga, what I'm going to do is slice it up. I haven't decided what I want to use it for all the way yet mentally. But I'm going to go ahead and slice it instead of cubing. It'll be good if I want to pan fry it or whatever I want to do with it. So I don't know.
Your oven timer is
So I'm going to finish slicing these up and I'll get back. Okay, so I got my rutabaga. I got 4 servings of 200 grams each. So I've got on here, I labeled this baggie, sliced baga 200 grams. So I can toss this in the freezer and then I can pull it out anytime. You know, if I decide I want sliced baga on the upcoming weekend, I could pull out one of these. So I'm going to toss this in the freezer. I don't know if I've done this before. I just can't remember. So I'm going to take these sliced turnips And I know I don't like raw turnips, but I'm going to try to dehydrate them and see what I think of them. So I'm going to fill up these trays with them, and we will see what we think. Like I said, I may have done this in the past. I just don't remember. But the size that they are, it looks like I can get quite a few on here. So I'm going to keep going, and I'll show you how many I have when it's all done. While these were still damp, I took them to the sink and I sprinkled some salt on them. You might find yourself as you're putting them on thinking, I'm going to take a taste of them. They sure are look good. If you don't like raw radishes or raw turnips, don't do it. I took a bite and I'm like, whoops, better plug it in first, huh? Okay. So now I've got this plugged in, and I have no idea how long it'll take, but we're going to go for it and see what happens with it. Okay, so next step, we do our peppers. And if you've seen me, you know I push around the outer edge. I push, kind of push my nail in, and I'm pushing that green stem inside. And we'll show you how it looks whenever you do that. And you pull it apart here. So, whoop, I was trying to be careful so I didn't flick them everywhere. But if you look, all the seeds are attached to the green stem. So when you pull this off, there's all your seeds. And look, there it is. Maybe like one little seed in there, if that. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for all of my peppers. I'll do it one more time. Push and push and push. And you push it all the way in. And then you pry it open. Look, that's starting to grow something from one of those seeds. You probably plant it. So there's the stem, and you see all the seeds on it. And then your pepper's clean as a whistle. So, all right, I'm gonna finish the rest of these, and then I'll get back to you. So now, we have all our peppers cut in half or pulled apart, and you can wash them either before that or now, or whatever. So now what I'm gonna do is just make strips out of it. Now these peppers are going to be used for a couple different things this week. Some of them are going to go in my pickles. I don't want those to be like teeny tiny. And some will go in my salads. So like I said, right now I'm just prepping my vegetables to be used later. So I'm going to cut some, you know, like finger width and in half, and some I'll cut smaller. But that's how we're using our peppers this week. So I'm going to get these cut up, and then I'll get back with you with our next whatever thing we're going to do. Okay, so we have our peppers. These are a little bit longer. When I sliced them, I just cut these in half. These, after I sliced them, I cut them in quarters. So they're just a little bit different. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. So the longer ones I'm going to put in my pickles. And these I'm going to go set over with my salad stuff. Next up, we got turnips. I went through a kick of doing turnips all the time. And then I discovered rutabaga, and I really liked them. But I tried turnips again last week. And I'm trying them again. Just see if I like these any better. So I'm going to go through, and I've got these 4 bags. First off, all I'm going to do is cut off the ends and then peel them. And then we'll get to the different things that I'm going to do with them. I don't know if they'll be in this video or what, but, I'll prep them for y'all. This video is just the prepping of the vegetables, not necessarily how I use the vegetables, because some of those videos will be different videos. So I'm just going to go ahead and do what I just did, and that was pretty fast. So that's peeled and ready to go. But I'll tell you one thing, I will not be eating my turnips raw. For those of you who do that, hats off. You are some tough, bad mama jammas, because these things are not too swift. So All right, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and finish peeling these, and I'll be back with you. So I've got these all peeled and ready to go. Some of them I'm going to boil, some of them I'm going to slice, and some of them I'm going to cube. So let's see, first off, let me just start with the slicing, because that'll make it easier. These I'm slicing to use as like breakfast potato or breakfast, well, like similar to fried potatoes. So I'm doing them a little thicker. This morning I had some and they were thin. I didn't like them super thin. So I'm going to do enough so that I'll have maybe the equivalent of 4 of these. So I'm going to cut up these, slice these last 2, and I'll be right back. Okay, so these are sliced and they're thicker slices. So I think these will be good as fried. So I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so those will be sliced. So now I need to cube up some because I'm going to do a potato salad with turnips instead of rutabaga. So I'm going to cube some up so I can kind of see how that goes. And then we're going to mash some. So I think this will be 5 for cubed and 5 for mashed. So these I need to do kind of bigger things, and then I'll cube them in with my chopper, my cuber. So I'm going to cube these up, and these I'll put in a pot, and we'll get them boiling for something else later. But like I said, that's a different video. So let me get these cubed up and I'll be right back. So as I'm thinking about it, it doesn't matter what shape they are for the ones that are going to be mashed. So I'm going to go ahead and cube them up, and then I'll just boil them all together. So I'm going to do that with these, and in the end I'll put them all in here. So I'll be right back. Alright, so there we have it. These are the cubed up ones, and I'm going to be using these for something else. These are the sliced ones that I'll be able to fry. So there's my turnips for the day. In preparation for other uses, I bought some of these. These are, I think they're called salad cucumbers. Let me see, just a second. They're just called mini cucumbers, greenhouse grown. They're for salad, appetizer, and snacking. I like these compared to the other one. Their skin is not as hard. It's the only way I can describe it. So I am going to slice these up. You could do all kinds of things with your cucumbers. I plan on making pickles with them. But if you don't like pickles, you could actually do something else with it. But I'm not going to show the pickles in this video. They get their own video. I'm just showing you how I cut off the ends, and I do not keep the ends. I don't know, I don't like ends of the cucumbers. And I'm just slicing them to however my knife comes down. Nothing fancy. I'm just slicing them, and that's that. And then I'm tossing them in this container. So we will see how many I get when I'm all done. It was a total of 4 bags of these cucumbers. Let's try one. Yeah, the skin is just not as tough on these. So, all right then. I'll see you when I'm done cutting these cucumbers up. Okay, so here's my cucumbers that I cut up. They're all nice and they're just crisp and clean, and I like these cucumbers. Well, carrots. I don't always buy carrots. It's been a while. Something my mom has always done when she buys carrots. So we're going to do that today. She takes them out and she washes them off, and then she just lays them out on a plate to kind of dry out a little bit. So I'm going to wash these and rinse them, and then I'm going to lay them out on the plate with the paper towel down. Okay, I got them. I rinse them out in the bag so that way I don't make a big mess out of them. And then my understanding for why Mom does it, Mom, if you're watching, you can comment below. But I'm pretty sure it's because when they dry out, you know, after they've been wet and you dry them out a little bit, they last longer. They don't go bad if they kind of dry out a little bit. So it keeps them, well, I mean, it's kind of like the other vegetables and how we put a paper towel down in the bottom of it. But so now I'm just going to let these all sit out till later today. And I think I have one more vegetable that I'm going to prep for something else. So I'm going to set these over off to the side. Okay, so this is that chayote squash. It's chayote squash. So, pulling the stickers off. And I'm going to cut each end of it off first. And then I'm going to peel it. I have no idea about this vegetable. Several of you all had said that it works kind of like an apple. So putting some butter and cinnamon on it, and then putting it in, putting in the oven for a little while, and make like a baked apple type thing. So that's what we're going to do. I think some of y'all said there's some videos out there, but I haven't had time to sit and watch a video. So we're just going to wing it and hope for the best. So I'm going to peel the skin off the outside of this. And I will get back with you when I'm done with that. Okay. So now I'm going to poke this and just go back and forth and slice these. And I'll get back to you when I'm done with this. And there it is. That's how it looks on the inside. I always like to try vegetables raw to see, you know, what they're like. And so I'm going to do it with this one. If I die, we know. Very bland, but yet sweet. Huh. All right, then. Well, that's the end of all my veggie prep. I have tomatoes over there. There's nothing to those. I just rinsed them and set them in a container back there. That was earlier today. So, there you go. That's the end of all my veggie prep. So now, you'll see these things used throughout the week. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Let's check on our turnips and see how they're doing. Yeah. Well, there's something. Would I make them again? No. Did I do this with rutabaga? Yes. Did I like it? No. Yeah, no. I will not do this again. They just have that turnipy tartness that I don't like. So, I'll keep them. And I don't know what I'll do with them, but I'll keep them. I can't toss anything. But I would not recommend anybody do that. Ugh. Unless you like raw turnips. If you like raw turnips, then by George, you just make them to your heart's content. But I don't like raw turnips. This gets a thumbs down. But like I said, I'm keeping them because, I don't know, I might need them for something.